Hello, good evening. My name is Clark Friedrichs, and thank you for joining us from wherever you're joining us. Could be all over the world. I am going to be introducing you and doing a demonstration of a coaching technique that I created over the course of many, many years working with thousands of clients. But before I get into that and get into that particular, what I call a dynamic, I want to just introduce myself a little bit more. I started off in the world of coaching way back when, in the last century. So if you can imagine, in that time, we would go to a bookstore, and there was absolutely no books on coaching. I mean, you just go there, look, and there was, nothing. So what I've seen in the world of coaching since those years that I started 23 years ago is just the growth, the exponential growth of coaching from something that people did, and when you said, hey, what do you do? I'm a coach, and they would go, what sport? Because that's the only reference point they knew about coaching was related to sports. And so throughout my career as a coach, and what I've done as a coach is I've coached, like I said, I've coached many people on many different levels, from artists and people just trying to change their life, to executives, to managers. But I've also worked with the Coactive Training Institute, forming training coaches all over the world for much of my career, which has been one of the great privileges of my life. What I've seen with the world of coaching doing this is that coaching reaches all different cultures, all different people, and it has a way of getting into who they really are and bringing that out, no matter whether it's within a different country, different culture, or a different corporate culture, or any place like that. And through this 23 years that I've been working with people and training new coaches, the profession has matured and developed. It's moved from this place of, I don't even know what it is, to now there's research in the field of coaching where we know why it works. We have neuroscience that tells us how coaching and our bodies work together, and how to use that, and how to use our bodies in an effective way, so that coaching, when we use movement, or when we use positive thinking or visualizations or things like that, it really has an effect on the body. So through all this, I have experimented, even before there was a lot of this research going on in the world of neuroscience. I've experimented with my clients. In some ways, they became my guinea pigs, because I would try things on them, constantly experimenting. And so one of the things that through this experimentation I came up with was what I call a Dynamic Metavision Formula. In this formula, which I'm going to demonstrate today here live with somebody in this studio, I bring in all the elements of coaching, and right now I want to just take you through those elements, and then we're going to do the demonstration, and then I can answer some questions afterwards. And if we can show that screen that shows the steps real quick. And I'm just going to quickly walk through the steps, and then when I do the demonstration, you can see those steps as I go through them. So with this dynamic, the first part of it is obviously, in any coaching, is to establish the goal. What do they want? What does this person want? Then, because it's a dynamic and there's going to be lots of movement, because that's what creates change and creates change in the body, then we're going to use the space a lot. So there'll be a lot of movement. So we take the client to a different place to create the vision and really what I call tangibilize it or make it real. then we give the vision a name, because it's always, I love to name things, so want to give it a name. And then after that, after we explore that and get the person connected to it, we take them back to the original position that they are, because they haven't reached the goal yet. And then we start going through a process where they can begin to develop a plan, basically, to get to that goal. First, we'll look at some allies, some resources they can use as they're on that road toward that goal. We'll look at obstacles that will get in their way and how to overcome those obstacles, because the obstacles are always going to get in people's way. There's obstacles that are internal. We have internal critics. Sometimes people call them saboteurs, some people call them gremlins, but they're internal obstacles. And then we also have external obstacles, which could be things like where you live, money, maybe there's people who are in the way. And so how do you deal with those when those obstacles are in the way of your getting toward your goal? And so we create creative strategies to get you over those obstacles when those obstacles appear. All right, so that's what we're gonna be doing in this demonstration. It's gonna take about 30 or so minutes, and I have an incredible client who doesn't have any experience with coaching, as I understand it. So this is gonna be great. So I want to introduce him and let him introduce himself a little bit. Sergi Blanchett, sorry. Hi, Sergi. That's Jordi. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, it's my brother, Sergi.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm thinking of your brother.
Yeah, so my name is Jordi. I'm from Spain. I'm doing actually I'm digital marketing specialist. I have literally no experience with coaching, so just looking forward for this experience. Yeah.
Great. Thank you for being here, Jordi. No, sorry, I was thinking of.
No worries.
I was thinking of your brother. This is you. I just wanted to drink water. So Jordi,
yeah.
What we're going to do here is, as you probably heard with my introduction, is there's going to be coaching and some movement and doing some dynamics in this particular exercise. But to begin, and if there's something that you don't understand or something about coaching, or ask you, because you don't have a lot of experience with coaching, just ask me. Feel free to ask me. Is that all right?
Sure.
And it's all right to move you around a little bit and
no
play
worries.
with you. We've got some objects here.
Okay, yeah.
It's all right to do
sure.
that. Yeah, and if we need more, we can bring in more.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
That's a part of this dynamic. It's very creative. It's not a static process.
Okay, cool.
All right?
Yeah.
All right, great. So what's something that you'd like to work on? Something, maybe a goal or a vision that you have for your life that you'd like to do some
maybe related to my job. I would like to grow a little bit more, the agency, the digital marketing agency. I know I have a lot of limitations with that. I'm a bit afraid sometimes to grow too much. That I cannot handle all this.
Right.
And I think just this, and maybe also with my English sometimes. I feel a little bit ashamed. That's like, oh my God, maybe if I talk with this client in English, they're gonna say,
right.
This guy is not talking like a proper English.
So that could be one of those obstacles that we talk about.
Yeah, maybe the main one.
Language.
Yeah.
But your goal is to work in digital marketing?
No, I'm currently working.
Yeah.
My goal is to improve my career in some way, to keep growing. I'm doing well so far, but of course you always want to grow more and yes.
So you want to grow more in that particular field?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, great. Let's see how far you want to grow.
Sorry?
Let's see how far you want to grow.
Well, as far as I can.
Okay. So what we want to do is just pick a place in this space that would represent where we can explore the vision of that. Digital marketing and getting more involved and more engaged and seeing how far it can go. We're like any place in this space.
Any place?
Yeah.
Do you mean to sit or something?
You can just sit, or just a different space.
Okay, maybe here.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay, so here. This is the space we're going to call where your vision lives.
Okay.
Okay, so just imagine now. So digital marketing, right? And you're already in it.
Yes.
Right, but you want more.
Yeah.
How much more? What do you want? What's important about digital marketing for you?
I think it's one of the most important skills right now in this age, in this century.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know how much more. I cannot quantify this, but yeah, maybe I just want more knowledge. I want more, of course, more clients, more, more. I don't know.
So when you're visioning this, are you envisioning like having a business, doing it alone? What's here when you're thinking of digital marketing? What are you doing here?
Yeah, maybe a business. Maybe yeah, having a business and trying to grow that business and be like an important business in this field and be like a important person and people really knows you and knows your brand and your stuff. Maybe that would be nice.
So you have a brand.
Yeah.
So as we explore the vision, we're going to explore it like it's completed. You've done some work here, okay? And so let's say you have a brand. Imagine you have a brand out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does the brand say?
What say? We are the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good one.
We're the best. So
Yeah.
people will know, they'll recognize you,
Yeah.
and they come, Jordy, we're the best.
Yeah, why
not?
not?
At digital marketing, yeah.
Yeah.
And people are coming, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, lots of people are coming. It's your own business. What else do you see? Put yourself in that place. Like, wow, people are coming. We're the best.
What else I see? Respect, for example, some respect. People like very, very happy to have us like a partner, and yeah, like I don't know how to say, but just like they really are confident with us, so they don't have to care too much about anything. Just let us do all the work, so no worries at all.
Like I see them. I see people. They trust you,
Yeah.
and they come because you're the best, and they know they can just give whatever their need into your hands.
Exactly.
Like this, and you would just go ahead and just like feel that for a second. Like, I'm coming as a client, and I'm giving you what, and you take it. Go ahead and take it. Like,
Okay.
And I'm trusting you that, and you're gonna do magic with it. Right?
Yeah.
What's that like? What's that like knowing that people will be coming?
It feels very good. It feels very peaceful as well. Like you feel complete in the way of work. You feel like very complete, very peaceful, and I don't know, something like that, I think.
Yeah. And what's the impact if you have that and people are coming to you because obviously with digital marketing they're needing something, right? What are the needs or some of the needs that people are getting from you?
What are the needs? Well, more basically more clients. So they have to get more clients from Google or internet overall. So yeah, they need more revenue.
So they're getting more clients, more revenue by being in contact with you. Yeah. What else?
More branding. They know, they start to span a little bit more the brand and stuff. Yeah.
So not only have you built this brand, but then they're building a brand too. You're helping them build their brand.
Exactly.
Wow, how is that to know that you have that impact as well?
It feels very good, and also it feels for you. You feel more confident with this kind of experience. You feel more confident, like, oh, actually, I'm quite good at this. So this impacts also in your future because people feel that you are very confident about that, and when they talk to you and say, "Yeah, we are the best," they feel, well, it sounds like it's true. You know?
Yeah.
That's
So you are the best. People are coming. You are the best here.
Yeah, well, maybe we are not the best.
No, don't go there. Don't go
yeah.
there. This is in the vision. We get to explore it like that.
Yeah.
We don't need that other stuff yet. We'll look at that other stuff. That gets in the way. But here in the vision, you're the best. Jordy, communication, multimedia communications, the best. And then what I hear is people can trust you. There's respect. You're going to build a brand. You're going to help them to build revenue and all kinds of
Exactly.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the if you could bottom line, what's the impact of your being connected to all of this? What's the impact that will have not only on you but on the world?
On the world.
Yeah, I know it's a big question.
Yeah. Oof.
Let's go there. We're in the big place.
Yeah, we're going more up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, in the world. Well, actually, the economy is not the best. Is the best now. We are going a bit.
We're not worried about the economy right
Okay. Well, just trying to help also the other families, because every company has a family, has a kids and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So if the company is going well, the family is going well, the kids are going well, the economy is very important.
Uh-huh.
So I think that's one of the best impacts you can think about it.
Right. So all those are important to you.
For me,
What I'm
kind of the
hearing is
same.
like values. You know values, things that are important to you personally.
Yes.
It sounds like there's a lot of personal values in this as well.
Yeah.
You know, of family and connection and.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah. For me, one of them will be the stability,
Mm-hmm.
to have like a proper business.
Mm-hmm.
To have, you think, well, I have a business, my family will not have any kind of the problems with the economy or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's the main right now.
Right.
Maybe in the future will evolve. You never know what.
Right, but there's also taking care of and.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Taking care of.
taking care of the family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So again, I like names.
Mm-hmm.
So if we could put a name on this vision as it is, even as grand as it is right now.
Okay.
With lots of clients coming to you, trusting you, to build up their brand and all that. What would you want to name this vision?
The vision.
Just to put a name on it. Could be anything.
Wow. Big Bang.
Big
The
Bang.
Big Bang.
The Big Banner.
Not the Big Bang. The explosion where all.
Oh, the Big Bang.
Yeah, something like that. Why not?
Why not? The Big Bang.
Yeah.
Okay, is there could there be a gesture with that?
Yeah, I will see myself like out of the space and say the Big Bang.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you're out of space, the Big Bang.
Yeah.
Okay, so your vision is the Big Bang.
Yeah, if I have to call it, I will say that.
Yeah, you can change it later, you can do whatever you want, but for now, we'll refer to it as the Big Bang.
Yeah. Cool.
All right,
Sounds
Jordy.
good.
Great, Jordy. So here's the Big Bang.
Okay.
But you're not at the Big Bang yet, right? I mean, the Big Bang has all this stuff, but you're not there yet, right? But you're also not in the beginning of the journey, right? Because you're still working in this field.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go back here and put yourself somewhere in between the Big Bang, your vision, and where you're, not at the beginning, but where you're
I'm
currently at. Yeah.
Maybe at halfway.
Yeah. So come here a little bit.
Yeah, halfway,
See.
kind of here.
Here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's here? What's here in this halfway place?
What's here? Well, some fears, and also some security about myself. I'm confident with what I'm doing. And well, also discovering new ways to get clients and stuff. It's almost the beginning of the journey, if I have to say. But I'm already did a big step.
Right.
I'm working from many years ago, so I have already
some experience.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. So you have quite a bit of stuff here. So tell me about that experience. Let's say because you're going to be on this journey toward the Big Bang, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have some resources already.
Yes.
Yeah. And so and one of the resources I heard is experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's put that. Let's imagine you have a backpack.
Okay.
And that backpack is going to come with you.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine right now, put that experience in there.
Okay.
How much is that experience worth to you?
Wow. In money.
Whoa, no, not so in money, but in like, in like how that will help you in the future.
Wow. The experience will be 50% almost. I think.
So it's a big
Yeah.
resource.
Yeah. If you don't have experience, you cannot grow. You cannot thrive in this field.
Right. Great. Well, so what other when you look back, what other things do you have? They could be inner resources. Inner resources could be like courage. Could be like drive. Do you know what I mean? Like determination.
Yeah.
Those kinds of qualities. What are the qualities do you know you have?
Well, I'm a bit brave sometimes. Like I don't think that much, and they just let me. Can you do this? Yeah, let's try it. Even if I didn't do it before, if I'm pretty sure I can handle this. So maybe the brave a bit.
Yeah. So you there's bravery, the willingness to step out into the unknown and try different things.
Yeah, I try to not say no, never. If, for example, my boss told me, "Can you do this?" and I've never done before, I say, "Yeah, let me try." Before I say no, let me try.
So that sounds like an innovator to me. That sounds like someone who's, you know, instead of someone who goes, you know, a pessimist, you know, it's more like an optimist, the innovator that goes, the problem solver.
Yes, exactly.
You know, how can we make this happen instead of like, oh no, does that make sense?
Exactly, yeah.
So you've got that resource as like the, you know, the optimist, the can-do, let's figure it out in you, right?
Yeah, I have it. I think so, yeah.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it.
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah. So let's
I will put a bit more in the backpack.
Yeah, and maybe that's something that you can even develop more.
Of course.
Yeah. It's a great one. So what else? What else do you have? Resources can also be other people.
Okay.
Like if there are other people in your life, if you have, you know, friends, you know, significant others, if you have, you know, any of those other people who you know you can count on, like when you're going on a journey, and you know that you need inspiration, or you need someone to go, yes, Jordy, you can do it. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. Well, the way of entrepreneurs is a bit lonely in some ways. Sometimes they think you are crazy, or you really you think that you have a vision, and even your families or your friends sometimes like you can try, but it's difficult.
We call those the naysayers.
Okay.
Do you know that expression?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, in English we call them naysayers, the ones the negative ones that always go, oh, you can't don't think that.
Yeah.
You know, they're always saying things negative.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. They sometimes they do with they don't do it in a bad way.
Right.
They just want to say, please stay safe. Don't risk that much. But I can understand that, and I can say, okay, I understand you, but I'm gonna go farther a bit. Yeah. So
those are the people to not go to when you need inspiration. Right. It's important. You know, it's important to know the people you have that are going to be the ones who are going to support you, and go to those people. And the people who you know are going to be the skeptics, or to not go there for that kind of, you know, if you need that. Exactly. Do you have who are those people in your life that are the supportive ones?
Support me, more like people in my field, more like, for example, some teammates in my company, or even my bosses. Sometimes they encourage me to say, hey, do you want to do this? I can give you clients for that. Say, let's go. Or they encourage me to do also some programs, some training and stuff as well. I would say these people, because the other people, they are not in my field, my family and stuff. So it's a bit complicated, because if you explain things very technical, they will say, I don't understand you. So it's like, okay, fine.
So don't go to them with the technical things.
Exactly. Yeah.
But with certainly their boss, some bosses, some people, absolutely, they can be your allies and they support you. It sounds like they're supporting you in your career too.
Yeah, they're doing it.
Yeah. Great. And how does your people in your family, how could they be allies? Not necessarily the technical ones, but you know, in some way support you.
How?
Yeah.
Well, just say, yeah, you're gonna do it. Go ahead. Maybe just that one. Yeah.
They like believe in you.
Yeah, they actually do, but just well, it's normal that sometimes they don't express literally this. They say, "Oh, sounds cool, good."
Yeah.
But after 1 second, it's like, "Okay, let's see the TV." Like, okay, that's it.
Then don't worry about them.
Yeah, that's it's
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah, that's normal. You know, don't get hung up too much on that.
No.
Okay, so we got a few. Any other resources when you look back on your past, how you got here? Anything else that you just absolutely have to take with you when going on this journey?
Well, maybe some contacts, some friends that they are also in this field. I was working in Australia, so I have good contacts there as well.
So, and it sounds like you're not a bridge burner. Do you know what that expression means?
No.
It means you don't when you make a friend or you make a contact, you don't burn the bridge, you don't break it off.
No. I try to not do that.
Yeah, it sounds like you do. So you see, because you've maintained these, like you said, in Australia, you maintain this contact.
I try, yeah.
And so so that means that you have that person as someone you could call up or whatever and talk to.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult because of the time difference, but sometimes you can do it. Yeah,
it can happen.
Yes.
Okay. And anything that you need to like leave behind?
I think my fears of I don't know as I said, my English, the fears of I don't know, to sometimes I think maybe I cannot handle this volume, this amount of work. If I grow too much, maybe I cannot handle this or the pressure. It's just fears that you have in your way. So maybe I have to leave it behind me.
But we're going to do something different with that. We're actually going to use and put that, because that's one of your obstacles. Remember I was talking about some of the things that get in our way from us reaching our goals. We have internal and external obstacles. So we can actually look at that as an obstacle and how you can use your inner resources to overcome that. Okay. So fear is one.
Yes.
Right. So anything else I'm thinking of anything. It could be, I don't know. Maybe there's somebody who you don't ever want to have contact with again.
Well, it was just maybe people who has some limitation, like mental limitation, to say this is not possible. Yeah. You cannot do this. You cannot do that.
Right.
Maybe these kind of people, I try to just leave it behind me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not good.
So so those people, you know who they are, so don't even worry about that.
No, it's just their limitation, not my limitation.
Yeah. That's important to know the difference. That it's their limitations, not yours. Yeah. All right, Jordi. Great. So we got the Big Bang over there. See it? You still got that?
Yeah.
That there, where you're making an impact in the world. People are coming to you. They're really trusting you. And you're making their business grow while you're making your business grow too. Right? And we've got some things in the way, some obstacles. One of them is fear.
Yes.
What other obstacles do you see besides fear that could get in your way of getting toward the Big Bang?
Okay. Well, maybe also, I don't know if this is correct, but like the budget as well. Like
money?
Yeah, money. Try to invest in my business to start growing. Also that. Maybe this is, of course, an obstacle.
Yeah, money is obstacles.
Yeah.
Definitely money. There's two different types of obstacles, right? Obstacles are internal obstacles, like the fears and things like that. And there are external obstacles like money. Could be a situation you're in, a place that you're living doesn't support you.
Exactly.
There's all kinds of different obstacles. They're external and internal. And money is definitely an obstacle.
Of course.
So money and anything else that you see between you and getting toward more, closer toward that Big Bang.
Yeah, I think my mentality as well, my beliefs a bit, to keep thinking maybe a bit more like you can do it. It's not that hard. People is already doing this, because when you are in some place. You always think, oof, that I see the Big Bang, but it's too far. It's too many work. It's very difficult to go there. But always if you say, your mind says, shut the fuck up and go one step more.
Right.
Don't think. So you can progress a bit more.
So what do we call that obstacle? Is that like a limiting? Is that like something, a limiting belief of yours,
Exactly.
and the limiting thoughts that can come in?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So that's another obstacle. Any other obstacles that you see that might get in the way?
Well, actually, I cannot imagine more
Uh-huh.
right now, but yeah.
So we'll take a look at those three, and if more
Yeah.
come up, we can
True.
do what other. So the way I like to do this is because we're using space, we also have objects here, and so go ahead and pick an object that would represent each of those things: your fear, money, and there that inner limiting belief that comes up every once in a while.
Okay.
Any of these objects, or they can be objects that are.
Yeah, I think I
Okay.
already know that. Yeah, it's gonna be the book.
The book is, what does this one represent?
This represent the limitation beliefs
Okay.
as well, even the budget. Maybe overall, like.
Well, let's separate them though.
Okay.
Because this is the limiting belief. Where do you want to put that? Because let's put them, like, is this the biggest one, do you think? Or what's the biggest one? Out of all those three, what do you think is the biggest one? The limiting belief, the fear, or the money?
The limit beliefs. Yeah.
Is the biggest.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Of course.
So let's put that down first. And
Put it here.
yeah, put it down on the floor. Yeah. So
Okay.
put it down there. And then what would be the next biggest obstacle, perhaps?
Probably the budget.
The budget, yeah.
Yeah.
And so what might represent here the budget?
Wow. Maybe this one. Yeah, if I have to choose one,
Uh-huh.
I will say this one.
Okay, and so let's put that someplace
Okay.
in between. Okay, and then fear. Where does fear go? If you had to put fear somewhere, pick an object,
Fear.
any object,
To be honest, I would say the same. Like also a book.
a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's very important.
Uh huh. And where might that go in the space here?
I think first of all, this is gonna be in the same way as the limitations.
So they're kind of together.
Yeah,
They kind of work
I
together.
think it's correlated a bit. No,
Uh-huh.
there is a correlation between them.
Between these two. Okay, great. So here we got it. And so here we have some things. So we got the Big Bang over there. So you still got that vision, right?
Yes.
So connect to that vision again.
Okay.
Right? Just connect. Remember, it's really important to keep connecting to that
Mm-hmm.
that feeling that you had, that, out in space, and a boom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
Okay.
and the impacts that you're having. To keep connecting to that, because that's the inspiration, that's the motivation.
Okay.
Okay, and now let's go up to here. Let's go up to here, these obstacles here. And so tell me about these things. Tell me about this fear and this limiting belief, and what's here.
What's here?
Yeah.
Well, like the fears is like I cannot maybe handle this, or I'm not able to do this.
Mm-hmm.
This is the fears maybe.
Uh-huh.
Also the limitations belief,
Uh-huh.
and yeah. I
So,
think
so you get this, and then you get fearful, or is that how they work together?
Yeah,
Or
I
you get
think so.
scared, and then this.
I think it works together a bit. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I have this feeling.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then what happens when this kind of takes over? When you get this, you can't do this.
What happens? I try to analyze myself and say, this is just fears, and it's not me. It's just my mind trying to.
That's a great strategy.
Yeah.
That's a great strategy. But just before you do that, what happens? What's the
My feelings.
yeah? What happens? It's like when you get pirated.
Well, I feel.
Do you understand the expression when your body, it's like when you get taken over, and suddenly you're
Yeah.
in this negative cycle.
Well, you paralyze a bit.
So you get paralyzed.
Yeah, a bit.
And how do you know you get paralyzed?
Yeah, I can feel it in my body a bit.
Like what happens?
It's just like frozen, like like I don't know if I can do this, and you are just like paralyzed a bit,
Uh-huh.
and yeah.
And then negative thoughts start coming for.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes, and then you are thinking, and then you have to say, well, stop. This is not true. Yeah.
So that's a great strategy that you have. You've already developed
Yeah.
a strategy to overcome this.
Yeah, I think it's I developed this naturally. Like I didn't train this. Just to myself, I just think, okay, stop. This is not true.
Yeah, that's great. It's actually great that you've done that by yourself. Let's reinforce that.
Okay.
Okay, because this is going to be good for you as you keep going to have that and keep anchoring that in.
True.
Right. So and looking at some of the resources that you have, how else can they help you to stop when you get that feeling, because you already know that feeling.
Yeah.
Right. It's important when you get paralyzed and you get that feeling and the fear and the negative thoughts come. What other resources can you bring? Because as you get closer to the big bang, things might get even more challenging.
True.
And this might get bigger, right? So what else can you draw on to help you?
To help me. Well, maybe the contacts, as I said, people who really are in your way, and he or she really feel like your fears and your pain and can help you when you are a bit hesitating, like I don't know. Yeah.
So call on some of those people.
Yes.
And go, hey, listen, I'm feeling a little.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Tell me something good.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. You don't say this literally, but you think this, like, so tell me something good. I need some help now.
Right.
Yeah.
So asking for help from people will reinforce the positive.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's important to be involved with people that think like you.
Yeah.
And help you.
Yeah. So another strategy is make sure that you're engaged with people who are thinking like you.
Yeah. That's difficult, especially with the pandemic and all this stuff situation.
Right. But you're doing it.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as much as I like, but yeah, I'm doing it.
Yeah. So what else? What else do you see? You already got one strategy that catches yourself, which is really great. That gets you into another. Oh, it's not true. What else? What else can you do to get over this one?
What else? Well, actually, just as I put here the books, just reading and know other experience, the people that already walk the path. I think that's very important as well. To try to read more, and it's. Yeah, when I was a kid, I didn't like reading, but now I feel like it's very, very important. Yeah.
Yeah. So, inspiration.
Yeah, inspiration. Yeah.
Through reading, through connecting to people who've already done some of this.
Yes.
Yeah. Keep connected to that. Okay. So that can also be part of what you design as a habit, if you will. Read inspirational books, read books that help you to grow in this field and in general.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what do you see now? With that, we can explore more, but to move on to the next obstacle, what do you see about this particular one now? When you look at this obstacle and you have these resources to overcome them, what do you see?
Well, I see this fear is smaller.
It's not as big, smaller.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you can do it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not so big, huh?
Yeah.
All right, let's get.
Okay.
Let's step over here. Now we got money. Talk to me about money.
Okay.
What's money?
Well, money is it's one of the keys. You have a lot of expenses, and also you have incomes. So you have to choose very carefully how to manage this money to keep growing you and growing your business. So it's very important to.
So money here is something you need to obviously to live, right?
Yes.
You got to live, but also you need it to invest. It sounds like.
Exactly. Yeah.
To make the business go, to make the big bang make the bang.
Yeah.
To make the bang,
Yeah.
you need to put something in investment, right?
Exactly.
So that's what this is. What else? What else is here with money?
Well, it's also money for me is freedom.
Uh-huh.
It's freedom. It's not about the money itself. It's more like freedom. If you can have like a proper income and this, you can, I don't know, you can do more or less whatever you want with your time, which is the most important thing we have.
Yeah.
It's not it's limited.
Right.
The time.
Right.
So.
Yeah. You want to take advantage of the time that you have. That's important.
Exactly. Yeah. Now that I'm still a bit young, I try to do this, to try to build a bit of good things for my future.
And so money plays a part in that.
Yes, of course.
To build that.
Yes.
Yeah.
In this society, of course.
Yeah, in this society. This is when we're here in, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you need to overcome this so that you can get there and not let this get in the way? With all the things, because this could become limiting, right?
Yeah.
Like you get so wrapped up in living day to day, paying rent, paying for this, doing that, and it suddenly, life just sort of, that sort of fades away because you're not putting anything into that.
Exactly.
Right. So what do you need to do to manage this one?
Well, actually, I feel like I need a mentor. Yeah, I need someone who already, as I said, walked that path and can help me in some ways.
So looking back at some of those people, like your bosses, anybody, is there anybody there who you see as a mentor for you?
Not really, but I think you can find a mentor for sure. But no, I don't see them as a mentor.
So right now you don't see a mentor in your life, but having a mentor. So maybe that's part of the plan, is to look for somebody who's walked the path and can help you out in that way.
Yes, I think it will accelerate a bit the process. It will accelerate my learning.
Great. So we put that, because right now we're in this planning process, right?
Yes.
We're planning to get you to the Big Bang. Right, and so part of the Big Bang. You every time I say that,
it's very funny. Right? I don't know why I came up with that name.
There it is.
Yeah,
it just happens.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
But to get to the Big Bang, a part of what we're doing here is just developing and we could, if we had a lot of time, we develop a more in-depth action plan or strategy, whatever you want to call it. But a part of that is finding a mentor.
Yes.
Looking and finding a mentor, right?
Yeah, I think it's very important.
As well as some of the strategies to overcome obstacles.
Exactly.
That's a part of it, because obstacles are going to come. Here's the truth of things. If you're really going for something big, these things get bigger and bigger and bigger as you get there.
Okay.
Obstacles get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you have to get bigger and bigger with them. If your dream's tiny, if your dream's a small dream, then you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Because then the obstacles don't get so big because the dream's small. But if you want a big bang, if you want to really have that kind of an impact, you're going to have to, it's going to take some of that bravery, that innovative quality that you have to overcome those things,
Cool.
Yeah. You want it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I want it. I don't really realize, like, right now that it's gonna be bigger, but yeah, for sure
But doesn't the Big Bang seem like
it's worth it, right?
Yeah.
yeah, let's go.
Let's go here. Let's go. So what else do you need for money? What else besides a mentor? Is there anything else for this particular obstacle?
Well, I don't know. I think with this it's gonna be fine. Yeah, maybe you need a partner with the legal aspects of this, of course, but I think should be fine with this.
Right. Finding a partner or something like that.
Yeah,
okay.
it's just a tool. The money is just a tool. So
it's just a tool. Okay. So now what do you see about this particular obstacle?
yeah, we can go farther.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move just a little farther. And what else? I heard something else in there is something. I just want to check it out with you. Inspiration. Keep inspired or keep going. You know.
Yeah.
You know. Keep. Is there something about that you need to?
Yeah, of course.
maintain?
Yeah, you always need some inspiration, and yeah, I try to do like routines.
Mhm.
Routines never. You don't need inspiration for routines. Sometimes you are not inspired, and you just say, "This is my routine. I'm gonna do it."
Mhm.
Like a systems, create a systems to go to the goal. I
Mhm,
try to
yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
yeah. But of course, if I have inspiration, it's always better.
So what kind of structure? A structure in the coaching world is something that will help you to remember and anchor in you this vision, what you're wanting. Some people use structures as like journaling, writing in journals,
Okay.
dream journals. Because that's how they make things tangible. Some people create things like collages. If they're more visual, they create those kinds of tools to keep them connected to the vision that they're looking for. That has all those kinds of things. Is there anything? Maybe you've not explored any of that kind of stuff, but those kinds of things actually help people to keep their eye on
Yeah.
vision. And then what's really interesting is when they look back,
Exactly.
you know, and they go, "Whoa,
Yeah.
that actually happened."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Sometimes I'm think about myself, like 1-2 years ago, and what I was thinking in the moment, like, oh my God, I would love to achieve this goal, and then I already achieved it. So sometimes I'm thinking like to myself, you have to be grateful first of all with all you achieved right now. Sometimes I don't celebrate these goals. I'm just okay. I achieved it. Let's go to the next one. I have to stop a bit and say, hey, celebrate this, stay calm, you know, I don't know. So I think my exercise sometimes is to go back and see like in a perspective myself and say, wow, look all the way that you have done in only a few years.
Right. Right. So is it? We've kind of done that a little bit here.
Yes.
Yeah. So is it then celebrating the little steps or the little wins or something like that along the way, or do you need more structure? Like, do you? Because it doesn't sound like you've had to write these things down. It sounds like you've imagined, and then you've thought about them, and then said, "Wow, look at that! That actually happened."
Yes. No, I don't usually write it down. These kind of things. Yeah, just I think sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So keep thinking.
This is like Apple slogan, I think. Like, keep thinking. That's good.
So keep thinking, and then will you also celebrate? Take time every once in a while to look back, to like reflect back and see just where you are. You know, kind of like what we did, and now you got the big bang. Right? Maybe that word will change. Maybe you'll hold on to that. But to see where you are in relationship to that in 6 months, 1 year, however long, will you do that? And then celebrate.
Yeah.
Where you are.
Yeah. Okay. I have to do that.
Great. And so we've been on a little journey here, Jordi. And so what do you take away from this?
Well. First, I have to be grateful always, because I think in this world there are a lot of problems, and we are very, very fortunate, very to be here, to have like a family, and have all this stuff. So yeah, and also I like to see the path. It clears my mind a bit more. Like like more simple ways to say this is the way is not that hard. Just have to keep in mind this, and that's it.
Yeah. See so you saw the path here.
Yeah.
You saw some of the things that could be potential.
Yeah, just materialize a bit more your thoughts. That it's very important, I think.
Great. Great, Jordy. Yeah, you have a great inspiration and a great way of being that will make these things happen. You know, you're already manifesting.
Well, yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah. I have inspirations to to achieve the big bang. Yeah,
The big bang.
exactly.
All right. Thank you very much for coming
you.
here today
Thank you.
and being my client.
It
I
was
really
very
appreciate
nice.
it.
It was very nice.
All right. Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Take care. All right. Want to move money? No, I'm okay. Yeah, thanks. All right. So what I'd like to do now is just take some questions that might come or some observations based on what we did with the steps of the Dynamic Metavision Formula that I went through with Jordy just a couple of minutes ago. Any observations? We can go through each step. It seemed like the steps were pretty clear. And you can put them, you can write them in the chat as well, because I can read the chat.
Hey Clark, Nick here.
Hey, Nick.
It's been a long, long time.
It's been a very long
Lovely to see
time,
you.
Nick. Oh my God, it's been many years.
Yeah. I tell you what I noticed most was the time you spent in each space and how I think I've got a bit disconnected from really spending time in each of the spaces so that clients can really experience each space, and particularly the gold space. So that was a really great reminder.
Yeah. Again, this is allowing the client to viscerally or somatically experience each one, because our bodies know, right? And once we have an understanding or have a feeling, for instance, if we get in touch with when we are blocked, like when our saboteurs or whatever, and what they do to block us, and we have that understanding, in this case Jordy did, then we're able to then recognize it when it happens. If clients don't have that understanding, you need to help them to go, okay, what happens when that happens? You know, so that when it happens, they go, oh, this is what I need to be aware of. This is what okay. These are the signs. So not to be frightened. I have my strategy. And I bring out the tools and the strategy. That's why it's really important to explore each step, you know, fully, to make sure that they they get it in their bodies. The vision as well. You want to make sure that that's also explored and they're in touch with it, because you're going to use that to motivate them throughout the entire formula, entire dynamic. Yeah.
And does this work remotely as well as in the room?
Yes, I was gonna mention that. You can do that totally, but it is getting your client out of their seat and moving around. You know, because that's part of the dynamic. Because just sitting down, you can get a lot of work done with people just sitting, of course, you know, and moving. But it's a lot more real and accessible, if you will. I call it tangibilizing, because you tangibilize everything. We went over here to tangibilize the vision. We went here through each exercise, and then they can actually visually see the obstacles or whatever that's getting in the way and go up to them and approach them. So there's a way that when you do that, and you can have them do it in their space, pick objects, put it down, what is it, what resources do they need, all that stuff you can have them do. But it makes the experience a three-dimensional, 3D experience rather than just a head cognitive thinking experience. And so it becomes much more powerful on that level.
And presumably, if they're in their own space, they can revisit that space and reconnect with it.
Absolutely.
On that journey to that goal.
Absolutely, totally.
Cool.
Good seeing you. Looking good.
We could chat all night.
You're looking good, man. It's been a long time. It's been probably 15, 20 years almost.
Well, 20 years since we met, because I took my first CTI training with you 20 years ago this year.
Yeah. Good to see you again.
When we were children.
Let's see, we got some great questions in the chat from Victoria. It can work for group coaching, as I was able to connect with some of the questions, and we were able to get some strategies from our projects as well. Yeah, imagine taking a group to this process. What's the group vision? What are the group resources? What are the group obstacles? Absolutely, you can do this with the group. Any other observations or questions out there from any one of those steps?
So, hi Clark, Richard. So we also met some years ago, not that long, 2018, corrective. And of course, it is also my reference and what I learned there, because we did corrective strategy with you. So I was looking for, to take it forward, so the commitment of the coachee to say, I will do this. So how do you get this out of the coachee in this way of doing it?
Yeah, okay. So that probably I didn't do as strongly here as you could, absolutely, because when you're building the action plan, this is where you want to get maybe some commitments, maybe develop even more action. What are more tangible steps that your client wants to take in this case toward building that dream? We could explore more of that, which could take more of that. What are the next steps? What are the next things you need to do? And then of course it would be that accountability toward that. Not just this part that I think is the more interesting part is what are the what obviously what's the vision, the goal. But what are the resources that the person has and needs that you might have to develop, which will be part of the coaching? And then what are the obstacles? Because those are the ones that are going to frequently come up over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So but absolutely, you're right. If you're going to continue to work with your client and they were going to be, and you use this, then you'd want to get more specific with actions and accountabilities and things like that, because if they're coming with this kind of a goal, of course you're going to be wanting to start to develop it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, this is an amazing studio. I want to thank Learning Media for allowing us to use this studio. Amazing place. Any other questions or observations?
I've got a simple observation, Clark. Your client was fantastic. I really acknowledge him.
Yeah, for someone who's never done coaching. I mean, he just was asked today by his brother. Well, I got a little confused in my mind in the beginning, but anyway, yeah. And then he had no experience in coaching, so you can take people through the process. Just got to walk them through a little bit more. Absolutely, he was amazing.
So a question for me then, so if you've been doing this process for a number of years, which part of the process do you find most challenging?
I think the most challenging is if they get if the obstacles become so big that they get stuck in the obstacles and they can't find easily the resources, then we have to do a lot of work with that. That's probably the more challenging the more challenging part in that area when the obstacles seem insurmountable. But with the technique, with this dynamic, we were always able to find ways to start to work with it anyway. That's what this is all about. It's not, yeah, some of those obstacles are going to be really big, and we have resources. So even if it seems big, and we have to spend even more time with that, what do we need to do? What things do we have to call up, bring out in ourselves? Because usually the strongest obstacles are not the external ones. What I've encountered, the biggest obstacles that people have are internal obstacles. Those are usually the hardest ones to overcome with people.
Nice. And do you use the process as a foundation for ongoing coaching?
Yeah, this could be a whole beginning discovery session, if you will, if you know that in coaching, because you can find out so the goals can be set here, all kinds of things, establishing the relationship with your client, designing a line, everything. We didn't do all that here, but you could. So, and then I've done this in settings, in parks, in outdoor settings all over the place, where we used all kinds of stairs, you know, and the top of where we were going was the vision, and then we walked down the stairs, and each step became an action item, you know, and we actually physically walked up each step. You know, so this whole thing is a creative process. It's all about you and your client getting very, very creative, very dynamic, being in a process, you know, helping them to establish, you know, and get excited and make the dream or the goal big, right? Remember, because people can make them small. You know, and just go, it doesn't need to be like that, you know, but there's no place for, you know, limiting beliefs or small in the vision. So that's another piece of this, this dynamic is when those things creep up, you have a place for them. So when they creeped up in the vision, if you notice, I said, we're not going to worry about that now because I knew that we were going to deal with it later. I knew that we were going to deal with it as a part of an obstacle. So I didn't have to worry about it in the vision, because in the vision, we're talking about, hey, let's dream, let's go big, let's you know, see how far we can take this and get connected to that. And that's the most important thing, because there's a place for obstacles, there's a place for that kind of thinking that we can address later.
But it's interesting, isn't it, how quickly the vision gets distorted by those limiting beliefs, and our job is to separate them.
Exactly. Yep. To hear it and go, no, that's not the time for it now. We're not going to go there. We're going to do something else.
I have another question, Clark. Maybe it's a bit secondary, not directly about the method, but it's something that's quite relevant in my setting. So the client here is Spanish. And I seem to know that you speak Spanish as well. So I was wondering, so would you choose to do this in Spanish for the client? Would the outcome be different, you think, if you would take something that is closer to the client?
Hard to say. Maybe. Could be. Different things would pop up, and maybe different reference points, words, things like that, connections that might pop up. But it all depends on their level of whatever language they're working with. That was another. Actually, that was a miss. I forgot that one of his things was about English. That was an obstacle, and so we could have looked at that one too, as you know, how to overcome that particular obstacle. Now that you brought that up,
Yeah, it's more like when you're in the international setting, you might speak someone's language, but you would also have a common language that you both speak a little, and was then the best choice. I find that sometimes difficult. So
Yes.
that's what I ask. So if it's like a quantum thing that whatever needs to come out comes out, then it doesn't matter. But is that really also in this kind of situation?
If people can express themselves and get in touch with it, that's the most important thing. And then and that's where you have to really look at your client and see, are they connected to what they're talking about, connected in a physical way. And if it's not, then you have to do something different. And then I could tell, you could tell when Jordi was connected.
Yeah, bang.
yeah, it was like there it was, you know, just kind of boom, you know, exploded out of nowhere, you know. All right, any other questions or observations? Yeah. So I want to let you know this is a part of my company, GreenLight Go. We are doing advanced training courses, as well as we're partners with the Coactive Training Institute to bring coactive coaching to Spain, as well as ORSC, CR Global to bring relationship systems coaching to Spain, and as well as the Strozzi Institute, which does embodied somatic type of leadership and coaching. We're partnered with them, but we also do advanced training for experienced coaches, and this is just one of my techniques. I'll be doing a full one-day workshop, which includes this technique and a couple other ones on July 9th, Saturday, July 9th. That will have another technique that makes an ally out of a saboteur or a gremlin or the internal critic, and also introduces role play in coaching, how to work with clients and as a coach in role play, so that they're practicing before they go out into the real world, or having that conversation with somebody. They're practicing with you, and techniques for you to do that. So that's a part of what we're doing at GreenLight Go. Not only developing coaches with these different schools we're affiliated with, but developing coaches with advanced training as well. So. I really thank you very much for being here. Thank Media Learning for giving us this incredible space, and my beautiful client, Jordi, for being so available and ready to step in and receive this coaching. And wherever you are in the world, I wish you a great evening and good health and happiness.
Thanks, Clark. Take care.
Thank you, Clark.
Good to see you.